What's up, guys? Welcome to What Do You Watch? I'm here with Kovacevich. I am Geoffrey Kawakami, and we're going to be talking about the fall TV lineup and what we're really excited about come this fall. We're going to be talking about Star Wars Legends. We're going to be talking about Once Upon a Time, Big Bang Theory, and then The Arrow and the Flash, as well as their new spin-off show, DC's Legends of Tomorrow. So, we're going to start it off. Michael Kovacevich is going to be talking about Rebels. Michael, what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, before Rebels, I want to hear about that Star Wars Legends you just talked about. What's that about?
Oh, Star Wars Legends. Yeah, no, you didn't hear about that? No.
Anyway, getting into the show that actually does exist, Rebels Season 2 comes out in October. And I know I'm skipping over September, but I just want to get to Rebels because they came out with Siege of Lothal back in June, July, and I did a video on that. That was a fun one to do a video on because I really liked it, and there's a lot of Darth Vader. That's not really a spoiler because it's on the cover, but lots of Darth Vader, and that really is why it was kind of a good opener to what the season's going to be like. So it was really good to see Vader with the new Star Wars coming out. Get a little taste of the original.
So, and if we haven't seen Rebels, what is the timeline? It's between 3 and 4?
It is between 3 and 4, a little closer to 4 than 3. And yeah, the first season is great. It's on StarWars.com, at least I think it still is. So if you haven't seen it, go and watch the first season on StarWars.com and you'll be pretty much caught up.
And how long do the seasons run? Like 20 episodes? Or
the first season, I think, was only 13 episodes. And then I think they're going double the episodes this season. So it's going to be 26, something like that.
Okay.
There's a lot of Clone Wars crossover coming. So if you're a fan of Clone Wars, there's some crossover that will really get you excited. I mean, it's really just I want to see what the new Inquisitor is. If you don't know about Inquisitors, that's something you should look into because it might play a role in Episode 7, or in Rogue One at least.
Nice. Yeah, we got a whole slew of Star Wars coming up. So
yeah, I gotta stop talking about it because it's all I talk about. So.
Yeah, for sure. So Once Upon a Time Season 5 is going to start on September 27th on ABC. It's going to be Sundays. It's going to be rough because it's going to be going up against the end of Sunday Night Football for a while. But, the show's getting some traction. We're getting pretty much the same old thing. We're getting a slew of new characters. Last year, we got the Frozen storyline, which was probably the weakest storyline of the entire series. This time, we're getting Merida from Brave. It's going to be played by Amy Manson. She's got a lot of TV shows on her IMDb page, and none that I know her from. But she is born in Scotland, so I do love me some Scottish accent on women, so that should be fun. We've got Elliot Knight, who's a UK actor playing Merlin, and then King Arthur and Percival are also going to make appearances. So we're going to get Camelot, we're going to get Merida in Scotland is around the same time period, so should be some flashbacks to there. Other than that, we are getting the Dark Swan storyline, which if you've seen any of the trailer stuff coming out of Comic-Con, Emma Swan is going dark for this season. Jennifer Morrison isn't my favorite actress on the series. I don't know. We know from our original Once Upon a Time video that I have a major fanboy crush on Regina, the Evil Queen, so... as long as she's still in there. We've also got Maleficent, Ursula, and Cruella as the Queens of Darkness. So it's getting darker this season. Hopefully it's the final one. It really feels like it should be wrapping up. As much as I have enjoyed the show, it's wearing a little thin, and I just would like to see it. I mean, we also know how much I hate, when shows just get randomly canceled. So if they can just bring it to a close, I mean, they're bringing in Merlin, they brought in the author and the apprentice and all this stuff. It felt like the show was getting bigger, and so if they can just kind of nix it and, bring it to a real finale that has a lot of weight to it, I will be happy. If it limps along for a couple more seasons, I don't know how much longer I'll be down with it.
Yeah. I was optimistic for season 4, and then I started watching season 4. And the big issue was that I felt after watching just the first, I've seen half of it. After watching the first half of season 4, I'm like, they should have just ended this season 3, done what Last Airbender did, and just kept it to 3 parts, and then move on, do a spinoff. Because, God, I know you say it gets better, but man, that was a weak start. So I hope that season 5 is even better, and to just, like you said, end it, because it needs to go.
Yeah, I mean, it was necessary, I think, because you kind of want it. You needed to see, you needed some new characters because, just Regina and Emma and Snow White and Prince Charming is getting a little bold. You got to keep, inputting new characters in. And you needed to see Emma kind of play the role of a Disney princess in that she just was helping a stranger out of the goodness of her own heart, with no thought to her own safety, which is annoying at times, but it is, you see her as a true good guy before the eventual turn.
Fair enough. If it leads into something, then I'll feel better. But there were so many episodes where I just stopped watching.
And the Snow Queen's cleavage was nice too.
Well, yeah, I mean to be completely just misogynistic, that is definitely true.
I just would have loved to be there for the costume fitting for that one, just to a little fly on the wall, just like, yeah, I like the lace and I like the cape. Can we just get some more push-up though? I just want to know how that conversation goes. I don't know.
Just a bunch of Disney producers just standing around.
Yeah, exactly. Taking turns, I don't know, pushing them up. Anyways, yeah, so that's what I'm excited about for Once Upon a Time. Turning over to sitcoms, Big Bang Theory has always had a special place in my heart. I thought the first 2 seasons were actually pretty revolutionary, and I'll stand by that as far as what they were able to do with the smart geek talk and having the jokes be around the smart geek talk, and you didn't have to necessarily understand what the hell they were talking about all the time to get the joke. I've also gone on record talking about how much I hated seasons 4 and 5 when they brought in all the girls and the cast just got expanded, and it felt like it was growing too big for what it was able to do. Now that we're on to season 9 starting with a season 10 already slated, I'm going to say it's officially happening in quotes, because I think there's a good chance it doesn't actually happen, and they just, after the season, they're like, actually, never mind, we don't want you to make any more. But there are spoilers on the internet. I will stay away from them. I foolishly clicked on them. Season finale last year was Leonard and Penny driving to Vegas to get married, and then Amy breaking up with Sheldon. And then in the final shot, we see Sheldon actually had a ring and was thinking of asking Amy to marry him. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know if Sheldon's going dark now, because he's going to be... he kind of started talking to this golem statue that he has on his desk, and it was a really cool, you could see how he could go golem. I mean, it wouldn't be super realistic, but, kind of started... You really realized how much Sheldon has grown over the past nine seasons in that shot, what he's been able to accomplish. And you could very easily see him regressing back to the super OCD narcissistic state that he was in. But the show, I mean, it's just still way too crowded. They don't have, the way that Modern Family can have this huge cast and have them just kind of all in the house, and the storylines are just going back and forth, and they're all mixing and matching. Those guys are maestros, the way that they can pull that off. In Big Bang Theory, we don't get that. We get every week it's like, okay, these two characters having a storyline over here, these three characters are over here having a storyline, and they just maybe will kind of mix together for like one joke at the end, and that's it. And other than that, it's like three short films that we're watching that have nothing to do with each other. So, that said, I'm excited to see a close because we're either going to get it this season or next season, and it'll have a real close the way that like Friends and The Office and Seinfeld kind of, had their last season, that they knew it was the last season instead of just leaving on some cliffhanger, kind of hoping to get a next season, and then the studio's like, actually, no.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm excited for. I mean, I do like those characters. I do like the actors on the show. So, I'm definitely still up with it.
And it's been on that many seasons? God,
yep.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even sure where I am with Big Bang Theory. I can't remember what the last episode I saw was. I'm somewhere close, but yeah, I'm not completely caught up, and I just it kind of fell off with me. Just got kind of over it.
There are some bad episodes. I'm not gonna lie. There are some really bad episodes. There are some great moments. They do. It's Chuck Lorre, I believe, and is the head writer. And I mean, they're emotional moments, especially with like Sheldon and Penny. They can hit beats really well together. Those actors have a lot of chemistry together. But there are some very bad episodes.
Moving on to the superhero shows, Arrow and The Flash are both, of course, coming back. With those shows, though, I am only about halfway into each season. But I gotta say that the Flash, my God, The Flash is really good. I thought Arrow was great, and I thought The Flash was going to be able to live up to Arrow. Arrow is now having a hard time living up to The Flash, because that show is solid. They do special effects really well on a budget, which is impressive, and it piques my interest, and it holds it. So I'm really into The Flash. I'm a little bit more behind on Arrow because Hulu decides to not put up episodes 11 through 13 when they were trying to do their re-release of it. So I'm a little behind because that's how I'm watching it, because I missed it the first time around. But I'm excited to see it. I want to see more crossover, which I know there is. I have not yet to get to in the last seasons. But I want to catch up for not only the next season of Arrow, the next season of The Flash, but also now they're expanding, and I want to be able to stay up to date so I can watch that expanded series.
Yeah, actually, both Arrow and Flash are kind of combining into a spin-off called Legends of Tomorrow, which is going to take characters from both shows and then put them in this new show in which it's focusing on a time traveler rogue, Rip Hunter, according to IMDb, who puts together a ragtag team of heroes and villains in order to time jump and do all this weird, like, paradimensional stuff, it looks like, in the trailers and whatnot. So they're bringing in the Atom, Brandon Routh, who is also Superman, and in the often forgotten Superman Returns, and also the White Canary, who is the former Black Canary from the Arrow TV show. Mike, are you up to date on the Black Canary in Arrow?
I do not know how she comes back. I know she does. It's kind of hard not to when you're seeing all the stuff for Legends of Tomorrow.
But you do know she did die.
Well, of course, because I'm on
she does not
season that happens early.
She does not come back on Arrow. I have watched all of Arrow.
Oh.
So apparently she must get resurrected in Legends of Tomorrow, which I understand why you have to put her in the trailer and on the top billing, because for one thing, she's one of the hottest women in the world, and for another thing, like, she's one of the main characters, so you have to do that. But so she's gonna get resurrected, and apparently it's gonna make her wear white clothes instead of black.
But does she? What if she's an alternate universe, Sarah?
That is a good call. Maybe.
Yeah, white versus black. It's kind of, shoving it in your face, but Could be.
Okay, yeah, she could be just a completely different universe person. I was wondering why.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because they buried her, so Lazarus Pit is out. Okay,
Okay.
like,
Yeah.
well, I think at least. I mean, they might just do like the stupid like cut back in time where they show him digging up her grave, like
Right.
as soon
Or
as
they
they
put like a
leave.
different body in the grave or something like that.
Yeah, or well, no. What I'm thinking is they bury her, they walk away, and then out of the darkness comes the League of Shadows, and digs her up and takes her to the Lazarus Pit. That's like the only way I see Lazarus Pit being it. So alternate universe could work. I mean, I know there's gonna be a bunch of other weird stuff going on in the new series. I'm sure some of that might be able to bring her back. Just
Yeah, I'm glad that the Flash is bringing in all this sci-fi stuff, which the Arrow doesn't really have. The Arrow is more like Batman oriented, more real world grounded. And so then now when you're jumping into the Legends of Tomorrow, which is like completely just superhero galore, rules don't apply, then it's not as big of a leap, I guess.
I guess.
You're also getting Captain Cold and Hawk Girl from the Flash. I'm not currently up to date. I don't know. I know Hawk Girl shows up in the Flash, but I'm not there yet.
Is Cold gonna be a villain in this, or is he?
No, he's part of the team. Like
What?
they're it's as far as I can tell, Hawk Girl, Captain Cold, and his Prison Break brother, Heat Wave or whatever his name was, and as well as White Canary and the Atom and Rip Hunter. That's like the good guy team because so what's gonna happen is Vandal Savage, who's a DC villain, is gonna be threatening like all of time and reality or something, and so Rip Hunter, this time travel dude, assembles this team, this ragtag team of heroes and villains, in order to save all of reality or whatever. That's the premise for the show.
Oh, so maybe you're thinking then Sarah comes back because he goes back in time and stops.
Maybe he goes back in time and
can he change time, or can he just travel between time?
I could have sworn on the trailer it does say something about the resurrected hero White Canary or something like that.
Okay. Well, yeah, but
maybe it's because
using that close association. Yeah.
Right. What I do like about it feels like this show is going to do is the villain is Vandal Savage, and he's going to be the villain from the get-go. And like Arrow and the Flash usually start off with this kind of like villain of the week attitude, where it's like almost like a crime drama. Every week it's like a new super powered person like robbing banks or whatever, and then they build up to have this like villain in the background. Here it's like from the get-go. It's this team versus Vandal Savage for a full season. That's what we're gonna get.
I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to get caught up. Really,
The only problem I was gonna mention this too is if you're gonna be watching this show, like there's gonna be tie-ins to the Arrow and Flash. They've said that, so you have to be caught up on all three shows. You can't like be watching the Flash and be like 5 episodes behind on Legends of Tomorrow.
That's when things get difficult.
Yeah. So I don't know how the DVD sales are going to work when it comes out. I mean, DVDs are a dead technology anyway. I'm not buying any more DVDs for the rest of my life.
It's all about the digital release.
Yeah, and I'm sure they'll have some it's like comic books. You got to read this and then it ties into that, and they'll let you know somehow. But that's my only concern, because that's why I fell behind on the Flash, because if you fall more than 5 episodes behind, guess what? Hulu skips you, and there's no way. I mean, the new season of Flash isn't even on Netflix yet, so I don't know how they expect us to catch up. But
I mean, I gotta catch up with Gotham too. I don't even know how I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, Gotham.
It's coming out to Netflix, but when?
Gonna watch it, but it really I would rather I'll take Arrow and the Flash over Gotham any day.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. I mean, I haven't seen any Gotham yet, so. But there's also a Minority Report. The series comes out this month. Have you seen the commercials for that?
I have not seen commercials for it. I'm excited. I like the movie.
Yeah, it's like because they disband the people that can, see what's gonna happen,
Okay.
whatever they call them, and it's about the boy from it, and he's like an adult now, and he can kind of still see stuff happen, but he can't stop it from happening.
Oh.
It sounds like it might be interesting. It's kind
So
of
it's not just we're gonna take this hour-and-a-half Tom Cruise movie and we're gonna make it a full season of 22 episodes.
It's taken the universe and then sounds like making almost like a crime drama kind of format around it.
Okay.
So kind of what all the superhero ones are doing at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's taking the
Also-
place of whatever that show was with the robot cop last year that lasted like 7 episodes.
Exactly. Whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
they're gonna keep trying all these weird connections. Like the Muppets. There's a new Muppet
Oh, I'm
series.
so excited
Nighttime.
for the Muppets, dude. Yes, it's like
If
my
they
it's
do
gonna
it
be
right,
my guilty
I'm
pleasure.
pumped. I mean, I like how they're doing it at night, so it's like an adult show. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just gonna be for kids. I'm pretty excited about that, and hopefully we get. I'm hoping we get a lot of good stuff. I just don't know. I don't know.
And
I wasn't too hot in the last 2 movies. I thought
With
they
the
were good,
with the
but-
loss of The Office, Parks and Rec, and Arrested Development, it's because they're using the mockumentary format. It's like a behind the scenes of the Muppets making the classic Muppet show. So I like that format. I mean, it was a little overdone there for a while, but like I said, with those other shows not there anymore, I think it has real upside to it. I mean, if they don't do it right, it's gonna suck. But I'm really excited for the Muppet Show.
It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna watch it, but I just hope they do it right. And I don't know. I like the format, I like where they're going with it, but I don't want them to screw up more Muppet stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, with Jon Stewart gone, we're getting a new Daily Show host, and that starts in September.
Yeah, they're changing the format a little bit. I saw something.
Yeah, I hope it's great. I hope it's something different though too, because I just don't want people emulating Jon Stewart's format for everything.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough with John Oliver too, taking a lot of that audience.
Yeah. Oh man, I love that show.
Yeah.
And I don't even watch it on HBO. I watch the YouTube things that they post. Like
Yeah,
the little
whichever one
short
gets
ones.
posted, it's like, okay, that's...
Yeah, I watch whatever one gets posted, and I just love that part.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just constant shows coming out in fall, It's shows that I didn't even think were still on, like Supernatural. I thought that was over by now.
Oh, the CW exec said it might just run forever, man. It's like 20-something seasons in.
Keep running it until
Just
they're old and gray.
Keep going. I mean, anyone still watching that show, it's like wrestling fans. Anyone still watching is a watcher for life. So you kind of already have them hooked. I don't know what else.
Supergirl.
Supergirl's gonna be so bad.
I saw the little like preview thing. Oh man, that's not a good start.
Yeah.
We'll see. It's not even canon. It's it's not the movie canon. So the DC shows, minus Gotham, because that one doesn't really tie in at all.
Mm.
The DC shows are going to be separate, like a separate canon line than the movies. So if they want to do Flash in the movies, they're going to have to do a different Flash.
Yeah, it's not gonna be.
Yeah, which sucks because I think Flash should be.
He's a good Flash.
In the Justice League.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. He's a good Flash. I don't know. He's going to be really tiny against
That's
Ben Affleck.
Probably why.
Henry Cavill. Yeah, he'd be really small. They need a bigger Flash. But I want to see the Flash.
Isn't that big, like compared to Superman and Aquaman?
True.
He is skinny.
Yeah,
His metabolism.
True,
is
but depending, like usually when he's paired in a Justice League form, from most of like what I've seen of it, like on shows and stuff. I mean, he's still got a little more like muscle definition toned. Also, he comes off a little older.
Yeah.
Just a tiny bit older, especially if we're doing an old Batman. I mean, give me like still young, but not. I don't know. I don't know how old He is.
And the movies are looking to be a lot more like dystopian, grim, Frank Miller-esque. And this Flash is much more teen-y bopper ish.
He's in his 20s, but like I don't know, all the teen shows now have 20-year-olds in them. So
right.
Oh man, and then November's like a drought. I'm looking at.
I was looking at. There's a lot. There's not much in November. There's not.
The Wiz
much.
Live though. The Wiz Live in December.
Is that the? Is that the?
It's video game. No. The Wiz is Wizard of Oz, but with all African American characters.
Oh, okay. It's not the Fred Savage movie.
No. This is like when they did like Peter Pan Live, and the other ones where they do a play.
Okay.
And they.
Yeah, they're doing Grease Live too, right?
I don't know when.
Saw that on there. I think it's like December or November, but. I mean, I don't know. I haven't really been watching those, so.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just had heard about that. I watched the Peter Pan one, and I live tweeted it on the WhatdoUwatch handle, and just because there's just endless things to poke at, especially with Christopher Walken, because he was just horrible, but funny horrible. It's like I respect Christopher Walken, so I'm like, all right, wow, he's not doing a great job at this. He looks tired. And, he's obviously not singing. Like he had obvious background audio over some of his singing. The woman who played Peter Pan did really well, but besides that, I was kind of like, eh.
Yeah. They're gonna keep pumping them out though.
Oh yeah. It's just like all these live action Disney movies, but I really do want to see Beauty and the Beast, and I talked about that before on YouTube, and I think that's gonna be amazing. So,
that's going to be a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a musical, and they're bringing back some of the music writers from the first one, from the first one, from the cartoon Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, sweet.
The musical itself, yeah. So that should be. I hope that's going to be a really good combination. But
hey, have you heard anything about Disney XD Guardians of the Galaxy series? I saw it on the premiere date list.
Yeah, it's coming out. I've heard about it. It's like the DC shows. This Marvel cartoon is not going to be like canon with the movies, to my knowledge, at least. Maybe it is, but if it is, it's going to be loosely tied. But it might be fun. I just think it's going to be a little too kiddie. It's not like Rebels, where Rebels first season they had a decently young audience and the way they set those episodes up, but they kept getting darker, and then Season of Thal was really dark, so you're pulling in an older crowd because they realize that the older crowd that wants to see the movies want to see this one because want to see the show, because Rogue One there might be some character crossover, because Rogue One is going to happen probably at the same timeline as like season 3 of Rebels or season 4. Like it's gonna be similar timelines right before they get the plans for the Death Star. So it's,
okay.
Yeah, so I mean it's gonna tie in some way loosely. It already ties into the books. So I really like how they're doing Rebels. I don't think the Guardians of the Galaxy is gonna be as tightly knit as the Star Wars one, as far as Disney XD shows go.
All right. I just hope they're learning that adults want to see cartoons, because, the Green Lantern animated series was amazing, but it was adult because it was super dark. And they were like, no, we want little kids to watch the stuff. So they canceled that. Teen Titan or Young Justice was the same way. It was really good. And then they're like, oh, no, we want little kids to watch it. So they made, Teen Titans Go or whatever.
Right.
So I like the dark cartoons. I still have, DVDs of those types of shows. So, and I know I'm not alone. So.
No, still on the DVDs, but I have Amazon Prime, and I got them. I got like half of them. I got all Batman.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. All Batman. Amazon Prime.
Show.
But yeah, so a little knowledge.
Yeah.
They're actually they're bringing back Mark Hamill for the Killing Joke animated movie they're gonna make.
Really?
So Mark Hamill's gonna be the voice of the Joker in that.
All right, that's something to put on a calendar.
Yeah, bringing one of the best Batman comic books to life. So it's gonna be pretty awesome because his Joker is the definitive Joker. I'm sorry, like.
Oh,
All
absolutely.
the other live action ones are great, but voice wise and what he brought to the character itself.
Absolutely. It was like all the best parts of Jack Nicholson and Heath Ledger, plus more.
Oh yeah, it was very comic book esque in like the way it looked. To a degree, I mean, it was obviously you know not graphically necessarily the same, but kind of like the way his head's kind of shaped and things like that kind of tied in. And so visually it was great, and then also of course in the Arkham series he looks amazing in that. Like that's probably my favorite. If you like, I haven't played Arkham Knight yet. That's the only one I haven't beaten, so I need to get that and play through that. But I love those because of the Joker, even though the Joker's not in this new one, so I'm kind of like, whatever. All right, so better close it on out before we end up talking for too long. Thank you for joining us. If you happen to check us out on our website or catch it on YouTube, assuming we actually put it on YouTube, which seems to be a hard thing for us to get these podcasts on YouTube. Takes a little while, but we had a good time talking about everything. Talked about Rebels, Once Upon a Time, Big Bang Theory, Arrow, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow. We talked about all the other offerings coming out this fall. So let us know and comment in the comments. Like us, add us on Twitter, comment on our Facebook page, like our Facebook page, and just let us know what you think. Let us know what you want to see this fall, because there's like a couple hundred shows. That's an exaggeration, but there are a lot of freaking shows coming out this fall. So that's about it for me. Kovacevich, head over to WhatdoUwatch.com, all of our content. Anything else, Jeff?
At WhatdoUwatch on Twitter. I am at GFFRYKAWAKAMI on Twitter. You are at MKOVACE.
That's right. Yeah, at Mcconaughey. Yeah, I'm getting a little political on my own Twitter handle, so if you're not into Bernie Sanders, I would stay away a little bit.
Who would not be? All right, that's another podcast.
Okay, Lord, yeah, that's enough politics. God, we all know Donald Trump's gonna rule supreme. So, until next time, have a great day, everybody. Have a fantastic one.
Thanks for listening.